What's the meaning of this? And this is why I see people now claiming different kind of origin. And some say that I'm not a Nigerian, I'm a Oduduwa. Some say that I'm a Biafran. Some say that I'm Arewa, and too many things like that. And the people in the north begin to clamor for what's called the vision of this country in the full force, with all full force, with all meetings and every meeting together. I was thinking that it is agitators that want this country divided. I never know that politicians, governors can gather themselves and begin to talk about dividing the country. Why would the governors do this? What's the reason for this? Why are they taking this route? Are we not one more? Are we no more one Nigeria anymore? What's going on here? Why are they talking about now having their own separate currency, having their separate? Why are they introducing another currency in Nigeria? What happened to Naira? What happened to Naira? Have I ever seen a country where you now begin to use two currency at a go? What's happening in the north? What's happening right there in the north? Why is the governors bringing ideas of a separate currency? I don't know the reason for this. Because the North is said to introduce their own currency. What's the meaning of this? Who's going to use this currency? And what are they going to use this currency for? Major prophet of God is a prophet that can look in the realm of the spirit and enter into the spiritual world and see the intent of people's heart, especially when people are discussing something in their heart before they now propose it in the realm of the physical. The major prophet of God will go straight away to the heart of man and pick out what is there, because I am a servant of the Most High God who made the heaven and earth. And as a prophet is not limited to entering into people's heart. A prophet is also entitled to penetrate the heart of man and bring out what is there in their heart. Because I'm seeing what's called a group of people in the north, and also governors are aware of this, and their hands are there to now produce what's called the northern region currency. Marakatoshida, Brakatasunta Kaparada, Briska Fantoskopata. And I begin to look at this currency and I begin to see a currency designed. And I look at the design and I'm seeing what's called cow there. I'm seeing what's called agricultural design there. And I'm seeing what's called Arabic language right there in the currency. And I see the people of the north now begin to introduce to themselves what's called the northern currency. What's the meaning of this and what's going on here? What's happening here? Major prophet of God. Am I asking who, and who will ask me? What is this all about? If who I go ask, if you ask me, now who I go ask, who will I ask this very thing that I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit? Because the realm of the spirit is the place where everything now can begin to now digest for the people of the physical to be able to understand what's going on. Who is leading this very division that I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, and why? Are we no more the one Nigeria? Are we not in support of this government? We need to support and do our best to continue to go, because this is the government that everybody have accepted. We have to move on with this. We have to continue with this, and wherever it takes us, we go there. Crash, we crash. Live, we live. Die, we die. Whatever it is, let us continue with this, because it is what all have accepted. We must continue with this. Why creating a different currency? I was thinking the people that was talking about division, I was thinking it is the people of Biafra, and I was looking at the people of Biafra, but all of a sudden the people of Biafra are innocent of this. We need to pray, because this currency will be introduced any moment from now in the realm of the physical. And I begin to ask myself, what's the reason for this? Because you know, major prophet of God cannot prophesy what I don't see, because I'm not a prophet that begin to go by human mind or by human thinking, because before things begin to happen in the realm of the physical, major prophet of God, we go to straight away to the spiritual world and bring it to the physical. You may not believe it, you may not like it, you may not accept it, but this is what is real, because this is what is also going to introduce what's called several banks, and I see what's called new banks to be registered in Nigeria. New bank. What's the new bank all about? What's this bank coming for? And they said this is what's called Northern Bank of Nigeria. Is it going to be like a central bank, or what's going to be? I don't know. Major prophet of God, I don't know. It is what I see reaching the spiritual world that I begin to now interpret in the physical realm, because I know that the spiritual world we connote what is already written there. They want to come to the physical realm for the world to see. Because finally, I see what's called the Asorok, the Lagos state, moved from everything about federal capital territory, moved and bring back to Lagos state. We need to pray this prayer because it's very important. As a major prophet of God, I will not say anything that I'm not seeing in the spiritual world, because the spiritual world is a place where displays are made and the people that matter begin to now raise alarm. People that matter begin to raise alarm. And I see the president need to pray, because there will be a lot of accusations. They will accuse the president of so many things. They will accuse the president of betrayal. They will accuse the president of so many things, and they will move into what's called coup being planned to execute. This was called coup being planned to execute. And a lot of accusation. We need to pray, because we know that this world and the country Nigeria needs what's called resuscitations. When a country is in a coma, in this what's called resuscitation, prayer and support, and this what's called life support to resuscitate the country, and pray the prayer that will now bring about the country to come back on their feet. But if need be, to bring that back, let it come back on his feet. If need not be, let the will of God be done on the face of the earth. Thy will, O Lord, must be done. The will of God alone must be done. And we continue to pray the prayer. We continue to seek the face of God. We continue to do the will of God. For the will of God is sufficient. And that's why they sing a song. They say, it's sufficient unto me. The will of God is 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 sufficient unto me. Sufficient unto me, oh, it's sufficient unto me, oh. The will of God is sufficient in my life, oh. The will of God is sufficient unto me. 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 It's sufficient unto me. It's sufficient unto me. Oh, the will of God is sufficient in my life. Oh, the will of God is sufficient unto me. It's sufficient unto me. It's sufficient in my life. We love God is sufficient in my life. We love God. sufficiency unto me. I say sufficiency unto me. Insufficiency unto me. The will of God is sufficiency in my life. The will of God is sufficiency in my life. Sufficiency unto me. Sufficiency unto me. The spiritual realm, and I begin to ask the Lord, when you take me this very spiritual to look at the affairs, and I see what's called people buckling up and people buckling up. What's this? What's this thing about to happen? What's this all about? The Lord said, let the people pray.